Harry, 5 games into your career, how are you feeling now in that back line?
Yeah, well, I felt pretty good on the weekend. Obviously, it's good to have some experienced leaders back there like Shannon Hearn and Tom Barras really helping me out. But yeah, stoked to get a chance to kind of string a few games together and hopefully get a few more this year.
Do you expect if and when Jeremy is fit again, that you can maybe stay in the team together with Tom as well?
Oh, look, I'd love to, but team balance has got to come into play. Obviously, we'd have 3 tall defenders if I stayed in, and whether that's the angle we want to go with, I don't know. But no, I'm just happy to play a role for the team when I'm needed, and yeah.
How much confidence did you take out of the game? I mean, that mark in front of Harry Mackay was sensational.
Yeah, I didn't actually know he was coming, so yeah, I'm surprised looking back at the vision that I didn't get knocked out myself. But no, yeah, take a lot of confidence out of that. Myself and a lot of the other young boys played some good games, and yeah, hopefully we get a few more this year.
And how are you feeling heading into the game against Richmond? I mean, potentially you could face against someone like Jack Riewoldt or Coleman Jones, who have both been in sensational form. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, well, if I'm in the side this week, I'm quite excited. I haven't got to play in front of a full Optus in my short career, so hopefully stay in. And yeah, I look forward to the challenge of taking on Richmond. They're obviously been the barometer of the competition for the last 3 or 4 years, and yeah, I'm excited.
Did you watch them at the Dreamtime game against Essendon, and what did you take from that?
Yeah, I watched parts of that game, and they obviously looked quite good. Like they really kind of put the foot on the throat in that last quarter, and they've got a lot of their good players back. They're still missing a few, but yeah, they're obviously a formidable side, and yeah, it'll be a tough challenge.
What did Adam Simpson say to you after the game as a group of youngsters? Was he pleased with your performance, or was there still some areas to work on?
I think he was just really proud. Like obviously we had a very young side, and yeah, we got the job done. We had a good 4-quarter performance on the road, and yeah, he was super stoked with the way we went about it, and especially with the side we had in. It was a good win.
Having such a young side, does it change the feel of the game or even around the club?
No, not really. Obviously, it's good to have a bit of youth, I think, because the boys are quite excited when boys like Lukey Edwards debut. There's a bit of excitement around that, and Luke Foley's first goal was quite exciting for all of us. So yeah, brings a bit of excitement, but yeah, doesn't really change for the team that much. No.
What about Oscar Allen Kennedy? Who can we expect back for this?
Well, Oscar was obviously out with the concussion, so I think you've got to wait 12 days. I think it is for that. So if it's been 12 days, I'm sure he'd be back. He's quite a good player. And yeah, JK was obviously out with some soreness, so yeah, I'm not medical staff, so I'm not too sure on that one. But yeah, hopefully we get him back.
Duggan as well. There was some talk about him coming back.
Yeah, not sure about Duggo. He's been doing a fair bit of training and a fair bit of running, but yeah, I'm actually not too sure about Duggan either.
How's Oscar and JK been training in your opinion?
Yeah, they've been training really well, and yeah, I think they'll for sure be back this week. But yeah, as I said, I'm not the doctor, so I'm not too sure. But yeah, hopefully we get them back.
You sort of, as a younger player, played a lot of time in the midfield. Would you see yourself perhaps in the future, depending on what happens, of maybe getting forward of the ball a bit more?
Well, I don't see myself going back into the midfield. Probably a bit too tall for that now. The only chance I've got of getting in there is as a ruckman. But yeah, I'm open to whatever they want me to do. If they want to swing me forward, I'll do it. If they want me in the ruck, I'll do it. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Couple games into your career now, how sort of comfortable do you feel at that next level?
Yeah, it's building. So obviously your first few, you're a bit nervy and you're just getting used to the speed of the game. But I think on the weekend I took a big step in feeling comfortable at the level.
And I mean, holding on to sort of that top 8 spot, are you sort of confident with the team that you've got, that no matter what you face or however many outs, that finals are a real prospect?
Yeah, of course they are. Like we have a real, one man out, one man in type mentality, and we're all ready to go. Like we've got players playing waffle that could easily be playing in the AFL side. So yeah, I think we're quite confident we can play finals this year.
And how was Nick Nat as a new captain? Was he buzzy before the game, and how was he after?
Yeah, he was great. He obviously leads very well through his actions, so we all kind of look to him. He's a great on-field leader, and yeah, his pre-game speech was quite good as well.
You mentioned, we talked about that mark you took in front of big Harry Mackay, and you said you weren't really where he was coming. Obviously last year in your first game, similar situation, you came off early. Did that moment stick with you? Does that stick with you at all? Or did your teammates after that mark on the weekend get around you and say, well done, you took your turn, you went when you had to?
Yeah, they obviously got around me, told me it was a good mark. And that initial first game concussion, it'll obviously always go down as my record as my first game, and didn't get to play much of it. But it doesn't stick with me now. Like I won't change how I play because of that.
We spoke about McGovern and Barrass earlier. What's it been like for you sort of learning off them and growing as a player under their guidance?
Yeah, it's been great. Like they're both obviously superstars, premiership players, so I really don't think I could have a better apprenticeship in the AFL. So yeah, I'm really privileged to be able to learn under them.
And you've got the beanie on as well for the Big Freeze. You're excited to see Shuey go down in costume?
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, we're just happy to be right behind the cause. Obviously, Neil Danaher's played a big part in the club over its history, and yeah, we're fully supportive of him and his cause.
Have you been giving Shuey any suggestions as to what he might wear?
I'll leave it to him. He's usually pretty good with that kind of stuff.
Is there someone that, as a younger player, particularly in that defensive role, that you like to emulate or hope to be as good as one day?
Obviously, yeah, Jeremy McGovern's probably the one to look to in that regard. So I try and take bits from his game, bits from Barrass's game, and yeah, hopefully if I can be half the player Jeremy McGovern and Tom Barrass are, then it should hold me in good stead.
With Gov being out, are you looking at this as an opportunity to play extended football?
Yeah, so yeah, when he goes down, I hope to get some opportunities, but yeah, obviously we don't hope for injuries, but yeah, unfortunately I haven't even played a game with him before because that's just the nature of AFL footy, playing the same role.
What's been the discussion about Richmond from coaching staff and lining up against them?
They're obviously a very, very good side. As I said before, they're the barometer of the competition in my opinion and many others. But yeah, they move the ball quite fast, they play a good brand of footy, and we'll be looking forward to the challenge.